In the summer of 1981, amidst a whirlwind of love and adoration, King Charles and the late Princess Diana embarked on their enchanting honeymoon. Their honeymoon, a time typically filled with bliss and cherished memories, marked the beginning of a tumultuous journey for the royal couple. Although the world has witnessed the most lavish wedding ceremony of all time, few people are aware of the underlying tensions that have plagued their marriage from the very beginning. But what really happened? Join us to find out the 10 dark secrets inside Charles and Diana's honeymoon that you need to know. Number 1. Shocking fact in the wedding of the century. On July 29, 1981, King Charles and Princess Diana entered into a grand and extravagant wedding ceremony. However, the path that led them to their nuptials was far from the fairy tale one might imagine. In the revealing 2020 ITV documentary, The Diana Interview, Revenge of a Princess, Diana's astrologer, Thornton, shed light on the heart-wrenching conversations between Charles and Diana leading up to their big day. According to the People magazine, Thornton disclosed a shocking revelation. The night before their wedding, Charles confessed to Diana that he did not love her. It was a devastating blow for Diana, who contemplated calling off the entire wedding. Nonetheless, the show had to go on. The wedding, which carried a staggering price of $48 million at that time, was witnessed by a staggering 750 million viewers worldwide. In an audio tape, Diana shared her candid thoughts on their wedding day, expressing that she truly did not feel happy. Speaking on the tape, Diana said that on her wedding day, "I did not think I was happy. I never tried to cancel it, in the sense of actually doing it, but I think, well, it was the worst day of my life." Number 2. Is she in love? Doubts clouded Diana's mind as she embarked on her honeymoon, questioning whether her partner truly loved her. These insecurities found their roots in an uncomfortable interview that took place during her engagement to Charles. The memory haunted her as she confided in a speech coach, recorded on a tape later featured in the documentary, Diana, in her own words. Reflecting on that distressing day of their engagement announcement, she recounted the encounter, stating, "We had this terrible interview, and this ridiculous man said, 'Are you in love?' So I said, 'Yes, of course we are.' And Charles turned around and said, 'Whatever love means.' And that threw me off completely." Diana couldn't help but find Charles' response peculiar, even hurtful. Number 3. Honeymoon full of tears. Following the extravagant wedding that captured the world's attention, the royal couple embarked on a voyage to Gibraltar, located on the southern coast of Spain. Their journey commenced as they stepped aboard the majestic royal yacht Britannia, which would become their floating sanctuary. Over the course of 14 days, the yacht gracefully sailed through the Mediterranean, gracing and captivating Greek islands with its presence. However, it wasn't solely the newlywed who sought solace on the vessel. Queen Elizabeth II herself held a profound fondness for the ship, considering it as one of her cherished homes. Throughout 1997, its esteemed yacht voyaged over 1,000,000 miles, carrying members of the British royal family across the globe. Amidst the opulence and grandeur of this voyage, little did the world know what truly transpired during the initial days of this ill-fated marriage. Unbeknownst to many, the reality was far more tumultuous than one could imagine. Diana, burdened by disillusionment and emotional turmoil, found herself deeply disappointed during this leg of the journey. The weight of her emotions became unbearable, leading her to shed tears for the excruciating 6 hours upon their arrival. Despite its luxurious surroundings, the first days of their union were far from idyllic. Number 4. lover is something that drives him crazy. The reason behind King Charles and Princess Diana's disheartening honeymoon can partly be attributed to Charles's unwavering desire to be in the company of Camilla Parker Bowles. Astonishingly, despite Camilla's existing marriage of 8 years and Charles's own journey with his wife, he managed to find a means to communicate with his girlfriend even from the midst of a vast ocean. According to Stephen Barry, a servant who chronicled their experiences in his book, The Diana Chronicles, the prince's need for constant contact with Camilla was essential for his well-being. Barry revealed that if Charles went a day without contacting Camilla, his demeanor would shift, causing him to become just irritable and easily provoked. The longing for Camilla's companionship, even in the midst of marital bliss, suggests a deeper connection that had not been fully severed. This contributed to an atmosphere of discontent and tension during what should have been the most joyful and intimate time. Number 5. Oh my God, calling is still not enough. In addition to his frequent calls to Camilla, Charles received a gift from her, further exacerbating the situation. At first, Diana mistook the interlocking C's on the gift for Chanel logo, then realized they turned out to represent the initials of Charles and Camilla. Diana candidly revealed on Channel 4, "On our honeymoon, he wore cufflinks on his wrists, the two C's intertwined like Chanel C's. You know, the one that everyone recognizes?" With a tinge of jealousy, Diana confronted Charles, saying, "Camilla gave you those, didn't she?" To which he responded, "Yes, so what's the matter? They were a gift from a friend." Jealousy, total jealousy. And that's a good idea. Two C's, but it's not very clever. Number 6. First night, rub. A hard night to breathe. It remains uncertain whether Princess Diana had multiple boyfriends before her relationship with Prince Charles began. However, what is clear is that she possessed a certain level of naivety when she married the 33-year-old prince at the tender age of 19. This fact about Diana's innocence was not lost on her new husband, yet he seemed to lack sensitivity towards her lack of experience on their wedding night. According to Tina Brown's book, The Diana Chronicles, Charles reportedly told a friend, "That first night was nothing special. Of course, it was comfortable enough, but she was really too naive." Brown further reveals that Charles favored women who would take charge, dominate him, and even assume a maternal role. He was accustomed to being served, with no need for seduction. Even as time passed, and they officially became husband and wife, the situation did not improve. Princess Diana once described her sex life with Prince Charles as very odd. She shared, "Well, there was sex, have, but it's weird, very weird." However, she also mentioned that it existed initially and then ceased approximately 7 or 6 years prior, when their son Harry was 8 years old. Diana revealed that Charles would request sex from her every few weeks, and their intimacy had become a very predictable pattern. Eventually, any semblance of intimacy between them fizzled out. Number 7. We are not compatible. The 12-year age difference between Prince Charles and Princess Diana became particularly apparent during their time aboard the Britannia. Charles, aged 32, had envisioned a honeymoon filled with relaxation, basking in the sun, swimming, immersing himself in literature, painting, and even writing thank you letters. He had brought along a collection of watercolors, oil paintings, and books by Lawrence Vanderpost, hoping to share them with Diana and cherish the moments together. However, Diana's lack of interest in reading became the source of contention. She despised Charles's worn-out books and felt frustrated when he would bury his face in them rather than engaging in conversation with her. The long hours he spent at the easel further fueled their numerous heated arguments. On a fateful day, Charles left the patio of Britannia to attend to something for a mere half an hour. In that short span, Diana took it upon herself to express her resentment by destroying not only his paintings but all the accompanying documents. The stark age difference between them amplified their contrasting interests and priorities. While Charles sought solace in his intellectual pursuits, Diana longed for meaningful conversation and attention from her new husband. Their clashing desires led to frustration, arguments, and ultimately destructive actions. Number 8. Binge eating. In essence, Diana's quarrel with bulimia cast a dark shadow over her honeymoon period. The struggles began during their engagement period when her husband placed his hand on her waist, remarking, "Oh, it's a bit chubby here, isn't it?" The emotional anguish she experienced, heightened by comments about her appearance and the presence of Camilla, pushed her into a destructive pattern of binging and purging. Diana vividly recalled the first time she succumbed to this eating disorder, describing it as an emotional release, a way to alleviate the mounting stress. However, the turmoil only intensified during their time aboard the Britannia. The impact of Diana's bulimia was not confined to her emotional state, it manifested physically as well. As reported by Vogue, her wedding ring was not the sole item that needed to be downsized. The designer of her wedding dress noted that when they first began the sewing process, Diana's waist measured around 26 and 27 inches. However, by the time the wedding arrived in July 1981, her waist has dramatically reduced to a mere 23 inches. The impact of societal pressure and expectations cannot be underestimated in understanding the complexities of Diana's struggles. As a public figure thrust into the spotlight, the scrutiny on her appearance and the pressure to conform to certain beauty standards likely exacerbated her battle with bulimia. Number 9. Did he sleep with Camilla before the wedding? Contrary to the portrayal in the Crown series, a royal expert had shed light in the early years of Prince Charles and Princess Diana's marriage, revealing moments of genuine happiness. The series depicts Prince Charles sleeping with Camilla Parker Bowles the night before his wedding and continuing their romantic relationship despite the fact that they had little to no contact for the first 5 years since his first marriage to Diana. Charles is depicted as emotionally distant, cold, exhibiting signs of emotional abuse, while Diana's outbursts of hysteria are highlighted. However, according to the expert, it is incorrect to claim that the couple had never had a positive relationship. Camilla consciously stepped back just before Charles's engagement to Diana, recognizing that her relationship with Charles was over. The expert emphasizes that it is entirely untrue that Charles and Camilla slept together right before the wedding, stating that both individuals are decent and respectable. This serves as further confirmation, like many TV shows based on real-life events, The Crown may not be entirely accurate. Number 10. Final honeymoon. After a decade had swiftly passed, the couple embarked on what was dubbed as a second honeymoon, accompanied by their 2 children, Prince William and Prince Harry, on a boat excursion in Italy. In August 1991, photographs captured Diana aboard the Alexander yacht in Naples, adorned in layered white shirt beneath a vibrant pink floral dress, while Charles opted for a cream suit. Their 2 young sons appeared smart in cream pants, polo shirts, and stylish sunglasses. However, this journey was not a solitary one. Prince Charles's cousin at that time, Norton Nakbol, along with his wife Penelope and their children Alexandra and Nicholas, were reported to be among the guests, along several aides. While the series, The Crown, portrays the honeymoon as a stressful affair, not much is known about the real-life details of this private boat trip. Later in the episode, Charles and Diana engage in a heated argument when he revealed his early departure from the Gateway due to a talk show commitment. Reports have emerged earlier that year of the couple staying on separate floors during a trip to Czechoslovakia. Additionally, during a solo trip in Tuscany in May, Charles said to have stayed merely half an hour away from Camilla Parker Bowles. Eventually, in December of the following year, Princess Diana and now King Charles III separated, marking the true end of their relationship in 1996. Surprised or angry? How do you feel about Charles and Diana's honeymoon? Please like, share, and subscribe to update the latest videos from the British royal family. Thank you for watching.